Pati, and welcome back to A Small Geeky Chica Figures. Today we're continuing with our Nendoroid collection with entry 42 with Princess Leia from Star Wars Nendoroid number 856. So this is one of the few Nendoroids that I have that are based on like live action characters versus anime or video game characters. And so we have Princess Leia from Star Wars in her like New Hope outfit. From her original movie. And she's looking super cute. I grew up watching Star Wars with my older siblings. It was definitely the babysitting movie my brother used to put when I was really little, when I was like 3 years old. Give me chocolate milk and put me Star Wars, and we were good. We were good for the couple of hours we needed to wait until my parents were home. One of my parents were home. So I just have a lot of nostalgia for the series, especially the first 3 movies, because we used to watch them a lot growing up. But anyway, we have Princess Leia right here, and she comes with her classic like donut buns. And I really like this one where she has the hood on. She comes with her blaster and her serious and happy face, and she's just like ready to kick some ass. And then you have here where she was like giving the message through R2-D2 to send to Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't think this comes with an R2-D2 or anything like that, so it's just her in that pose. I have taken a couple of pictures of her, and then you'll see, sadly, somewhere along the line, during those pictures, I scuffed her. So you can't see because the R is kind of blocking it, but her skirt has been scuffed, which makes me really sad. If any of you know how to properly clean that without damaging the figure, please let me know, because I would like to clean her up a little bit, because she is a very pretty figure, but since her outfit's totally white, it's really easy for it to get dirty. And based on this, it looks like she has some action figure arms, so that'll be fun to pose her once we get out of her box. But yeah, I think we've taken a good look at everything. Let's get this princess out of her box and take a closer look. Okay, like I said, let's get Princess Leia out of here and take a closer look. Okay, before we take a closer look at her, I just wanted to stop and say like, I really like the design in this box that makes it look like she is on the spacecraft. Super cool detail. Well, that wasn't a little chaotic. So as you can see, she comes with kind of 2 parts, 2 little blister parts. One was taped to the back, and it kind of opened up while I was trying to take it out. But yeah, let's take a look at her booklet before we investigate all this. So she has an extra long little booklet that gives you a bunch of instructions. So she has her set contents in the first part of the blister, which we can see right here. We have 2 face plates, another little extra body part for when she's bending, her full body, and then the 2 blasters that she has. One of them has slipped out. It's supposed to be over here, and it slipped out while I was sitting up. And then we have her second one, which has her stand and brace and extra spare joint, plus her hood open or closed behind her. So we have 2 different parts to represent it. And then we have 2 extra little hand parts. One looks like it's a fist, and the other one is there holding her blister. We have some instructions of how to assemble her hair, which actually this kind of makes me think a little bit of Isabel, where she has her little doggy ears on the side, and then you take off her bangs and stuff. This is similar, where you take off her bangs and then her little donut braids on the sides. And here it tells you how to switch out the lower half of her body. And right here it shows you how to use her hood, whether you're using it on or whether it is off her hair and just hanging on her back, and how to put in the stand. So I guess you put the stand through those parts. She has a little nudge right there that we'll take a closer look that lets these hold on to her. So let me finish opening her up and taking her out of the blister, even though this is already kind of open. So let's see, let's put this blaster back over there. Let's see if I can grab it. There we go. Go back in your spot. Okay, then we have Princess Leia. She has two faces. She has her little smiling face and then her more serious face. Let's see if I can grab it. Sometimes these can be a little challenging to grab. There we go. And I don't want to scratch it. So this is her more serious face and this is her smiling face. Super cute. So I'm going to put this to the side so I don't have to grab it out. And as you can see, I don't know what happened that when I was taking pictures, I somehow scuffed this with some other Nendoroid. So let's see if I can wash it out or if there's some way to paint it or use like a blending marker sometimes I've seen to get out the stain. It's been a really long time and I haven't cleaned her, but I should have. Anywho, then we have here are her arms, which you can see are more of the action figure kind of setup, where you can bend them without having to switch them out. Because as you can see, she doesn't really have any other arm parts, just two other hand parts. So this one is like that as well. Let's see if I can bend it in the right direction. Like this one, I feel like doesn't bend as much. It only bends so far, because then the rest of the design kind of gets in the way. So you can have it. It looks like it's mainly supposed to look like this based on like the folds in her arms. So she looks like this. And then let's take a look at her. So this one, let's look at this first. Here we can easily swap out her bottom. And it looks like she is kneeling on one knee. So the way we take it out is that you just kind of hold on to the belt. Let's see. Does she keep the belt on? Yes. So as you can see, the belt stays on there. So we'll just take this out really quick. Put that there. And then, let's see, is this the right way? Yeah. Put that in there. And then we'll put it in her. And this is kind of really tight because it hasn't been used that very often. And you can see she is in her kneeling position, and we can have her reaching out and like touching right there. Say me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. And she can stand on her own when she's in that pose. Unless you're like me and knock her over. But yeah, she has enough balance that she can stand on her own. But I want to have her standing, so let's put her back into her long pose, even though it is scuffed. You take better care of your Nendoroids than I do. Learn from my mistakes. They do scuff. Okay. And then you can see right here, we can put in her little hood. It has a little matching nudge right there, kind of like an L shape. It goes right in there. And then the holes didn't go in all the way. Come on. There we go. There we go. Go all the way in. Yeah, it gets kind of tough when you don't use them often enough. But anyway, as I was saying, you see the two holes aligned so that her stand can go right through them. Or brace, I think this is called a brace. And it just goes right into her back. So she is one of the ones that have like a longer one, just because it has to go through multiple layers. I think it's gone all the way in. Yeah, and then you can just have her stand like this. Yeah, sometimes I don't put them straight into their stand. If I'm taking pictures, I just kind of use the brace as like a 3-point support, so she can kind of stand on her own. But her feet are not fully flat, so one. I always find that like one Nendoroid foot sticks out a little bit further than the other Nendoroid foot. It makes them easily lopsided, and I don't really know why. this happens, but I do notice this happens across Nendoroids. So yeah, it takes a little bit of adjusting to get it to pose. Sometimes these are really, really stiff and don't want to bend the way I want them to bend to get them into the right pose. But yeah, you can see she's standing. And actually, I want to put the Leia serious face on. So let's take out buns. Like, she looks interesting with just no buns, you know? And take off her bangs. And we're gonna swap off her face. Bone smiling. Serious. She means serious business. And I wasn't fully paying attention, but this one says left. There's a little L in there. And also you should be able to tell based on the spacing right there. Because it needs to fit into her ears, right? So there's a little nudge right there for her ears to go into. This one says R. And remember, it is the Nendoroid's left and right, not your left and right. So it's when they're facing her right, her left, not my right, my left. But yeah, let's see. Let's look at the box and pick a pose for her. Let's see. It looks stupid. So, I always feel like they end up upside, like I said. And I don't know if you noticed, but you can totally take this out and use this as a backdrop if you want to take photos. I think I'm gonna put her in this pose, which coincidentally, see, does have the serious face, and then it has one hand with the blaster, and then her open hand just on that side. So we're gonna use this hand. We're gonna use that blaster. She looks really cute with her hood too, but I'm gonna keep her hood down. So let's see if we can put this on before we put it on her hand. See, this one, it has a little space for it to go there. And let's see, not this one. We're using the big one, right? And so we're just gonna have to let's see if we can find the right spot for it. Yeah, there we go. See right there, that goes in there. She's holding it like this. And then we're gonna take out this hand. We're gonna put in there for safekeeping. Gun in there. So something like this. Let's take a closer look at the box. Again, her feet have kind of moved, so balancing is always tricky. Ah! I almost dropped the box. Yeah. So gotta be careful with those, they easily pop out. It's right there, like that. I feel like we pretty much have it like this. I feel like in this photo, let's see, let's get this a little closer up. I feel like in this photo, it looks like her hand's a lot closer, but I don't think it actually is. I think this is more or less how it goes. This is as good as I'm gonna get. So there we have Princess Leia. What did I say, Leia? Leia, ready for battle. She's gonna kick ass and teach all the boys how to do it. Yep. That's it for today, though. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider liking and subscribing. I post Nendoroid Collection or blind box unboxing videos every Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I am maybe about a fourth of the way through my Nendoroid collections. I've gotten a couple of new ones in the last few weeks, so it has expanded but I'm slowly but surely getting through it. I do have a couple of boxes for unboxing videos to come soon that I just got as part of Christmas presents, so I'm excited to open those for you as well. I also run a stationery shop, smallgeekychica.com, where I sell stickers and washing tapes and all sorts of stationery goods, some of my own creations and some as from wholesale, selling local artists' work. And then I'm planning to expand to Japanese brands and the such, so I can have a very cute stationery shop, or I might even add crochet for Nendoroids there as well, like my sweaters that I make and beanies that I've made and sold on Etsy before. But that is it for today. I hope to see you next week with our next Nendoroid Collection video, or potentially a blind box video. I don't know yet, but you will see next week. So hope to see you there. Bye bye.